Good evening, everybody. This is Crazy Chris with Sunday Night Madness here on the GeekPublicRadio.com network, and I am here live at the historic Union Building in downtown Anderson, Indiana. We are about to rapture your minds with some wonderful talk about UFOs. We're going to pick up where we left off last week. If you recall, we talked a little bit about the HARP project, and that's going to lead into the discussions surrounding the government confirmation of UFOs. Are they real? I don't know. Those are the questions that we're going to ask, and it's up to you to figure it out on your own. Stick around for us. Hey, everybody, check us out here, GeekPublicRadio.com. I am Crazy Chris, and I am joined with some special in-studio guests. With me, as always, across the board from me, sitting on the engineering side of things, we have our beautiful sound engineer, our lovely, wonderful Topher, the paranormal hobo. Tell the people hi.
Hi.
We don't have a camera for him today because we decided that his face was causing our ratings to plummet. We have switched some things around, so hopefully that'll get those numbers to jump a little bit. Then, of course, on the far end of the spectrum, the beautiful, the lovely, and not just because she's British, we have the insatiable. And that's right, I'm going to start using that word. Tenacious Tea.
Hi.
And returning to his proper home in Sunday Night Madness fashion, you might have seen him last week on the Geek Public Radio podcast, but now he's back, baby, and he's better tthan ever. We've got Jeff the producer!
What up?
Damn it. Why do we even check levels?
What?
We are so happy to have Jeff back with us. He decided he was going to throw his hat back into the ring, much in the circular shape as the UFOs we will be talking about tonight. So
I got tired of living under a rock, man.
I completely understand. And rocks, while comfortable, Patrick Starr can attest to that, they are not proper places to build your home.
No.
Unless you're playing Valheim, and then it's totally fine. All right, so picking back up where we left off last week, a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of backtracking. So we talked about HARP last week, HAARP. And that was basically to illustrate to you guys that the government is capable of doing quite a lot of things. All right, their ability to manipulate the surrounding area, their potential ability to manipulate the weather. We don't know. All kinds of crazy stuff that they may be capable of doing. And then T began to regale us with tales about a conspiracy theory surrounding the HARP project and surrounding the usage of UFOs and how they might be able to effectively gain total control of the U.S. populace and maybe even the entire world. T, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? And yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So a running theory, which I can't really say theory because there is paperwork to prove that this is actually a plan that is in action, and I'm not quite sure what the operational word for it is, but there is a plan to create an alien invasion, and there is also a plan set in place to create a fake rapture. So we were talking about how the HARP facilities have popped up all over the world, which could essentially create this grid around the Earth, send whatever microwaves into the atmosphere to essentially create a television screen for things to be projected on so that everyone in the world will see whatever image is in the sky. Now, what I really wanted to talk about was the rapture one, because they said that the HARP facility had been closed in Alaska, but yet other facilities have popped up all over the world, everywhere. And I believe there is one on every continent now. So now for the fake rapture, that's what got me started in the whole thing. And that's when I went down the rabbit hole. And I
what's really creepy about that too is if you try to Google fake government, fake rapture plan, it's buried. You can't find it. So don't Google it. You'll have to use another search
like
engine.
the dark web or something to try to find it. But I'm sure somebody's got those documents, and there were loads of documents and loads of things blacked out and whatnot. But it was an actual military document. So
It looks like they don't have any HARP facilities in
Greenland,
Africa.
or in Greenland
Yeah, Africa. Or Russia.
that we know about.
Well, maybe Russia, but like
Well,
the
they
outskirts.
They don't need them in Africa
They-
because they bless the rains there.
Lord,
I hate you.
I don't even know.
I hate you
what
so
to do.
much.
Anyways, T, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just
It just sat
confirming.
here and just tried to debunk everything I said, but
No,
we
no, no,
don't.
no,
No, but we actually don't even need those facilities all over the world, because the HARP laser is a very, very powerful weapon per se. That we were talking about, was created by Nikola Tesla. In which he realized that the government could potentially turn it into a weapon, so he kind of like nixed like all the plans and
tried to destroy them.
Yeah, and they got a hold of it in any way. It was built anyway. So we do have this. We have all these things popping up over the world where people are seeing all these images in the sky. We have planes being seen in the sky that are not moving. They're not flying anywhere. They're just essentially just stuck. Which also could take you down another rabbit hole as far as a matrix is concerned. But we won't go there just
Nope, not yet.
We're not going to go there. But yeah, so the plan for this rapture, now, Chris, your Bible verses quite well.
I do.
So when they talk about the return of Christ and, he's coming back like a thief in the night, and everyone will know, like everyone will see. Now,
Two will be sleeping, one will be taken. Two will be in the field, one will be taken.
so if you see something, I mean, if you have this image in the sky and like everyone's seen it, and I feel like all these tests are being done everywhere because there's always something different. Like I told you, that city that was
The floating city.
the floating city, it went from China all the way over to California, and where people were seeing it.
I told you, it's the kingdom of heaven, I told you.
Yep. Yeah, it kind of looks like what was that movie? God, Mila Kunis did, like Ascending Jupiter. Or something.
Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah,
Ascending,
that one.
yeah.
That it kind of that city kind of reminds me of that. It's kind
God, how
of
dare you
funny.
bring up that terrible,
It was awful.
How dare you besmirch her beautiful name?
It was, but I'm thinking about what the city looked like to me. But what better way to project
Right.
those images, and everyone is seeing them. So if that image went into the sky around the world, everyone would see. I mean, it obviously would be multiple images.
Right. And the entire premise behind the HARP project is this what they're doing, or are we really seeing evidence of UFOs? Right. So I brought up the HARP facility, and Chris and I were talking shortly about this on the GPR show along with Jeff about how I was harping on the HARP project and why I kept bringing it up. And the reason for that is actually really simple. So I believe in the existence of UFOs. I completely and totally do. I think that UFOs are real. I think that the phenomenon of an alien spacecraft entering our atmosphere is very likely. I'm not one of those that is so proud.
Shut off.
Well, so proud to believe that we're the smartest species to ever exist in the universe.
I mean, come on.
Like that's
I mean, we literally are putting stuff on other planets. So
right. I mean, and there's that, and it's also to the point where that's exceptionally egotistical and narcissistic. Like,
Excuse me, I'm like about to melt.
No, you're fine. Keep doing that.
So,
You're
I'm
actually
so
cooling
sorry.
me down. No,
so,
please.
but in any case, so I believe in these UFOs. Now, I brought up HARP because there has been a tremendous uptick in UFO sightings, like a huge uptick in UFO sightings, and it's trackable. Like the data is trackable. It's not necessarily that it's because of technology increases. It's not necessarily because UFO sightings have always been reported. People call in, and they literally will tell the government, "Hey, I think I saw something flying over the sky." Whatever the case is, they'll sometimes investigate. A lot of times they won't. Sometimes they'll just explain it away right there on the spot. It's a weather balloon, or whatever the case is, right? Somebody threw a shoe really far, right?
Yeah.
It's something stupid, almost always.
Why do they keep changing the weather balloons?
Because the weather balloons need to have a particular structure in order to set up their sensor arrays.
Oh, yeah, and swamp
I'm
gas.
giving you the official government answer.
Don't forget about swamp gas.
Swamp gas.
Not to be confused with swamp ass.
Right. So, the speculation, of course, is that intelligent life does exist outside of our own galaxy, even outside of our own solar system, perhaps within our own galaxy. And while that's not yet confirmed, we are a short period of time away from confirming that there was water on Mars, though. So, you know, but anyways, so just really quick, two numbers that stand out. From 2019, there were 6,277 sightings, according to InterestingEngineering.com, in which UFOs were called and reported. So in 2020, now granted, there could be for a variety of reasons. We had we had the killer bees. We had all kinds of crazy nonsense happening.
Murder
last year.
hornets.
The murder hornets. I love how that story just disappeared. We were like, yeah, whatever. They're like, hey, UFOs are real. Yeah, whatever. But 7,263 reportings last year of UFOs. So the numbers have been going up, and there's actually been an uptick in those numbers. Now, the date doesn't quite coincide with the closing of the HARP facility, but it's really, really close, and it would just make a lot of sense. So I'm going to say it coincides with it, and you can look up the data for yourself. Ha, 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 ha. You'll have to listen to both shows to find out when the HARP facility closed, because I'm not going to look it up again. But no, 2011, the HARP facility closed, and that is like 2010 specifically, there were 4,809 sightings. So just in the 10 years since the facility has shut down, sightings have almost doubled. That is a large increase.
And it's funny because I do remember just 2011 there being so many more sightings, but also the sightings were of this orb.
Yep.
The main sightings were of this. Yeah, the sphere. It was an orb. It was a flashing orb with the rainbow colors that, you know, I was speaking of. Now, most people do report like the triangular shape. They've seen the saucer. They've seen the tic tac. Oh, but you can actually see it.
And speaking of triangle shape, what you find out this week, T? I'm so glad we waited to actually do the UFO things, because now we have official reports. Bitches.
We do that they released. What was it? A photo, video?
It was a
comments
video. It was a full-on video
of the triangular-shaped UFO, the most popular one, the 2021 model.
The pyramid-shaped UFO has been confirmed.
Yes,
it is. Do I have the video pulled up? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so the Pentagon confirms that the UFO video is real, and it was taken by a Navy pilot, and it was shot over. Oh my God. Yep, don't use CNN because they don't have the article. Anyways, let's try this again. There was an entire thing. There we go. Pyramid-shaped UFO video footage is authentic. And it was zipping over the battleship. Where are you? Come on. Yeah. The DOD confirmed. USS Russell. I knew it was in there somewhere. The USS Russell off the coast of San Diego in July 2019. So that was actually filmed by a Navy pilot who is not identified. However, Jeremy Corbell was the one that broke the story regarding, so I'm going to make sure I give proper credit, because I'm not the one reporting it. He did. Jeremy Corbell is the one that actually reported the confirmation of the UAP by the Pentagon. So there it is, and it's 3 very distinct triangle shapes doing all kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah. Go triangles.
Yeah. I have, there was a mystery UFO detector found in New Jersey park, in a New Jersey park, was dismantled by the police. Just a day ago.
Dun, 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 dun.
It literally looks like an old Nintendo with like a cup on the top and a wire sticking out with a mask on a pole. That's what it looks like.
And that was that a UFO?
No, it's a UFO detector.
Oh, UFO detector. Okay.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
so like when you hit
So-
the power button, like to make sure that it's on, does it go?
I'm not sure. Well, it says it consisted of a headphone wire connecting a block of wood and a soup can. New Jersey State Police.
So now we have citizens constructing their own HARP facilities.
Wait,
this is unacceptable.
This was reported by Newsweek. You guys.
I don't know
Like,
why you guys are laughing. Nintendo was way ahead of its time.
For real.
Damn you, Miyamoto!
Oh my God! All they needed was the record player that ET was using. It was
Oh yeah, right.
with the wire whisk on top of the back massage.
Listen, I don't know if it really got good UFO sightings, but the TV signal and the cable theft was killer.
Wait a minute, but it gets better.
Oh, how?
The New Jersey State Police Department Detective Unit, as well as the K-9 unit, were deployed to the scene in the township of Tabernacle.
It was a bomb!
After careful examination, the contraption was deemed to be safe, police said. Police said they disarmed the device
Disarmed.
by unplugging the headphone wire from the block of wood and the soup can it was plugged into. In a post shared to the NJSPP Facebook page on April 9th, police also shared a photo of the device revealing the identification tag UFO detector site. Number 448.
Wait, there were
attached-
400. Wait, can we just stop right there?
No, I cannot.
There were 447 other sites?
Attached to an orange rod. It remains unclear who set up the gadget or whether another 447 similar devices exist.
Well, those are the good questions. I'm glad somebody's asking them.
So
I cannot.
all I have to say is there are places in New Jersey that are really pretty.
Wait.
I have to say that
I
I
have
think
more.
we have a new pet project.
I think so. What,
have
tracking
one.
down the other 447?
Nintendo's?
No, just putting one thing out and labeling it like a really large number.
568 or
Yeah, like one of-
567.
Just to see how long it.
That sounds like the Cartoon Network pranks. Do you guys remember those?
Yeah, I do.
But I don't
I
want to
just
ruin
wanted
a
it
good
to say
Nintendo.
Acme on the bottom.
Right.
Acme. so amateur hunters.
I need to get on the marketing
If you guys are
department
out there, if you guys are out there and you know where the location of those other 447.
Wait. Although humankind and the visitors to New Jersey state parks appreciate an extraterrestrial early warning device like this, we should not be finding them in our state parks, the police wrote. Please always be safe when around suspicious objects like this and always notify the New Jersey State Park Police. And they post their phone number if a suspicious object is found in our state parks.
I would say so.
I am done with New Jersey right now. And it says that since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, that the UFO sightings in the U.S. and Canada are said to have increased by over 50%.
Okay, so
But everyone is saying that, but they actually posted it on their site. So that I do know is true. Yes.
yeah,
T.
and that probably has a lot to do with people just being bored.
I mean, seriously, sitting outside more or actually doing things. Yes.
You said you're done with New Jersey right now? I've been to New Jersey. I was done before that article.
We're the views of Jeff the producer don't necessarily.
You reflect the views of.
I didn't say you guys had to be. I just said I was.
That is a very flattering.
No,
New Jersey.
honestly, there are some places in New Jersey that are absolutely gorgeous.
Red Bank's awesome.
Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous.
Shout out
I've
to
been
Kevin
there.
Smith.
So you only like it because of the.
There is one
awesome.
place. There's only
They
one place in
moved.
New Jersey, and I'm not going to say where it's at, that I just can't stand.
Is it Atlantic City?
No, it smells like a garbage can.
Jersey City.
No, it's not
shore.
Atlantic City.
Any city in Jersey.
Any city in Georgia.
The Pine Barrens.
No, it's literally the toilet of New York, and it almost sounds like New
I know,
York.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say the name Newark.
It's a good thing you don't say the name.
Well, your name is Chris. I'm sorry, Ben.
It's okay. Dear Sunday Night Madness guys, you guys is assholes.
Okay, so wait, back to that pyramid shape UFO.
Pyramid scheme,
So
go.
I actually saw that video when it was posted. And
Last year?
Yeah, a couple of guys that were driving around, and several people had caught it, but the guys who posted, they were driving around, and I mean, you see it clear as day, directly above the Pentagon, and you don't see. I mean, there's no like military, there's no drill, there's no button, there's no nothing.
Here's what cracks me up.
And it's just planned.
Here's what cracks me about this.
Way.
So the video that we have on some of these aircraft is the most ridiculous garbage video I've ever seen in my entire life. But my cell phone and your cell phone can take a picture of the moon, and it looks like we're looking through a telescope.
Right. Exactly.
But we can't get a clear picture of a UFO. Come on.
Well, I mean, the
somebody
stuff-
out there.
No, it's
Now-
literally the same
Now,
thing
but-
as
but
Loch Ness
this-
Monster.
But have you seen the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched it.
So
It's bad.
but it's extremely. It looks like a hollow. That's what it looks like.
It looks like a what?
A hologram.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like a solid object.
Oh, that's right. Jeff's been gone too long. He doesn't speak Brit anymore.
No. I'm straight nerd. So when she said a hollow, I'm sitting here thinking the show Bleach.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Chris, you look like you're over there. Look, Topher, what you got? You look like you're trying to say
Yes.
something.
What?
What is happening?
Well, no, when you're talking about the FLIR video.
I love how you answered my question with "well, no," and then started talking.
Yeah. Well, it's the video is bad because it is a FLIR video.
Right.
FLIR video is not 1080.
But
FLIR
it
video
needs,
is
but it
not.
needs to be.
Well, get the DARPA to stop working on HARP and work on like 4K FLIR video.
Get DARPA to stop working on microchips that will detect whether or not you have the virus.
But
That's
guys-
a thing.
Yeah, no,
Look it
that
up.
literally,
Guys.
and be able to like go into dialysis and
Yes,
sweep
Steve.
the thing out of you.
Yep.
I'm listening.
Everyone else who posted the video, it looks the exact
Oh
same.
yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It
It's
does.
the exact same. So
Like,
whatever
everybody-
projection they have directly on top of the Pentagon I mean,
Somehow
there's
everybody,
just no way. That,
everybody that catches UFOs on film have 8mm cameras.
I mean, it's true. This is the reason that like the Bigfoot sightings bother me, the UFO sightings bother. Like I'm the skeptic, folks. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm the skeptic. So while I do believe you need to show me some definitive proof, and like she just illustrated, those videos look almost identical. Just shot from different angles.
different angles and from every direction.
Right, but
and
what's it
distance.
supposed to look like? Like each one's different. I mean,
Yes,
No,
I
no,
want it to
no.
look
No, no,
different.
no.
I
I mean,
want
like
it to be clearer.
there's 3 over here, 5 over here.
No.
2. This video has 2.
But that's not. It's just like what you were saying, like the type of film or whatever it is. But that I'm sure in person.
Well, I was talking about like the cameras in the aircraft.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
know,
know,
I got it.
that's-
But I'm saying that like with everybody with a different phone and a different camera and just whatever.
Yeah, we're talking
it looks
about
the exact
people
same.
Yeah,
got
and
personal
everybody
videos
on that
of
ship
this.
had
Right.
reel-to-reel
So-
8mm.
And I'm sure standing right there, it probably looked the exact same way because it was really faint. I mean, you had to like when you saw it, you were probably like,
What is
Wait.
that? But I'm sure.
No, you know what?
I'm
I
sure
figured
there's
it out.
zoomed
I
in
figured it out.
photos too.
but it
I
looked
figured it
like a
out.
hologram to me. It did not look. It looked like a projection, but it looked dimensional as well. But yeah,
They-
that was freaky.
I'm sorry, they did that with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
After his
Exactly.
passing.
That's what
And
I'm
Tupac.
saying.
Yep.
That's
And
what
Tupac,
I'm saying.
yeah.
It's all possible. So,
So,
and it's coming, and it's directly over the top of the Pentagon.
Yeah, but-
no drills, no alarms, no sound.
Right,
Did
right.
you see how huge
well,
it is?
I want to actually point something out. Okay, so, and this is I'm gonna reach into my crazy conspiracy theory.
Well, that's what this
brain.
whole
it's
purpose of
deep.
this particular
No, I
topic
gotta
is
reach
about.
deep. I gotta reach deep.
Into
Okay.
your subcockles?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I finally I got it. I understand why all of UFO. I'm sorry. Why all of UFOs are grainy and just really bad videos. It doesn't matter who takes the picture. It doesn't matter if it's a government or random person walking out of their house.
Right.
They're taking it with their phone. They're taking it with actual decent equipment, but the way that the UFOs fly and I'm sorry, what's the term now? It's not UFO.
UAP.
No. Well, for us, we're allowed to say UFO.
Okay.
When the Pentagon confirms them, they will be called UAPs.
Okay, all right.
So that's it's the Department of Defense's terminology. Everybody else still calls them UFOs because we're not, uptight cunts.
Okay. So
Hit him with a hard tape.
Agreed.
So anyway, the way they move, it's clear that there's some sort of electromagnetic device or mechanism that they actually use. So it's disrupting the cameras. And that's why when it was over the Pentagon, it didn't set off any alarms. It was basically a giant EMP, so the alarms couldn't sound.
You know what?
What?
I can actually accept
Yeah,
that.
I can.
I can accept that. I don't like it, but I can accept it.
And
Same.
my crazy conspiracy theory brain had that.
I'm proud of you, Jeff.
same.
I'm like super proud
That
of you.
is very well.
That's why we call you the
I do
producer,
accept
because you
that.
produce crazy
But
shit.
Yeah.
you
No.
did not see. There was no military.
Right.
There was, no one on the ground.
Yeah, no. And honestly, if somebody were to have seen it around the Pentagon, then they had to work for the Pentagon, plain and simple. And immediately, military.
Kill the
So,
lights.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
but that's what you would.
That's
Kill
what
the
they
triangle. Kill the triangle.
Yeah.
No.
right,
You know what they
right.
did? You know what they did?
What's that?
They literally looked up and were like, "Oh shit! It's that. Dude, shut the lights off. We're not here.
Right.
We're not here."
No, they probably sat in the courtyard with their popcorn because it was a projector.
No. Dude. Turn it off. Turn it off. I don't want to be here. I hope these people tree fitty.
Hey, I wonder if they're gonna drop off Sasquatch so he can poop.
Right. Hey, so we're sitting here and we're talking about UFOs and
UFOs.
and UFOs. Yeah.
UFOs.
UFOs.
And HARP. And I've been, I'm sitting here. I've been looking for something, and like any kind of an article of something. I remember seeing. Do you guys remember seeing anything about this planet that they discovered that moved erratically? That they said that the only way that it could do whatever it was doing was it had to have been.
They were bouncing it. It was sending back the imaging. And the only way it could send back the imaging that they were receiving is if it was in a constant state of motion, because they would send essentially the way that radar works is that they send a signal down, but this isn't radar; it's something completely. It's solar imaging. Essentially, is how it works.
Right, but they said that it could only be the only way that it could move like that is if
Yeah.
it was artificially made.
Correct.
Do you guys
Yes.
remember that?
Yes, and it was in another galaxy. I think.
Yeah,
it
and
was in a nebula.
I can't find that anywhere
far away?
on.
Okay.
I can't find that anywhere.
I think they either explained it or they just shelved it.
I think they just shelved it because I don't remember ever hearing any kind of an explanation.
Yeah, that was the closest that we got to confirming that, like full on confirmation.
Yeah, but it was almost
because
blinking.
these UFOs can honestly be man-made.
Yeah,
they
but it was
could
100%.
very well come from here.
100%.
But they were saying that the planet itself was blinking like it was Morse code.
Right. If it was sticking to a standard orbit, it would give off the same signature each time it was mapped.
Right.
And it was not doing that, which would mean that either something is getting in its way of the signal, something's getting in the way, which could be a moon, but it was still too erratic to be a moon because it would revolve. Even like a crapload of moons surrounding this particular thing would give off a repetitive signal. This was giving off an erratic, non-repetitive signal, which would indicate that something is being manually moved.
Right.
Whether it is a moon, whether it was a ship, whether it was the planet, whether it was something else in space that we don't know and have no conceptualized idea of. It was one of those things.
Right. Okay.
But yes, I do. You are not crazy. Yes, that did exist.
Okay. Good. I was.
T. You know why they hid it?
Why? Conspiracies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What did I
Let's
miss?
try this again. T. Why did they hide it?
Conspiracies.
All right,
I'm
you're good.
so confused.
That's
Anyway,
because it's a conspiracy, Jeff.
Yes.
okay, fair. So
Chris wasn't paying
I
attention, and
used
so
to-
we totally missed it. We got it perfect that time too, by the way.
I used to work at a place where
I was looking up trying to find the name of the planet.
Planet X.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, seriously, it was called Planet X, and it was in our solar system.
Dude, you're good. You're good.
Anyway, so I used to work at a place that sold cell phones. I'm not going to tell you which one. It doesn't matter. But a person that I used to work with was speaking about HARP at one point in time, and he's also the one that actually brought up the Mandela effect. Do you guys know what that is? You know what that is?
We actually talked about that as well.
Oh, did you last week, or is it a different show?
I don't think it was a different show. I'm not
the Mandela. You were you talked about the Mandela effect on a different show, as opposed to it being.
It was a part. It was kind of leading into this,
linking
but it just,
in with HARP.
Right.
Yes.
Or CERN.
The CERN.
CERN,
Yeah, we
yeah.
talked about the CERN
Yeah.
project and how that's really probably
the
actually what
Large
caused it.
Hadron Collider. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. That's it.
No, you're absolutely correct. It all fits together.
Yeah,
and
it does.
if somebody
I wouldn't
ever
know what
connects-
all you guys have talked about. Like I said, I've been living under
It's
a rock
fine.
for the
Watch
last
the show.
however long.
It's fine because we all know what we know.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're all sharing this with you.
And then
all.
what's great about that is Jeff, having not watched the show and didn't know that was a conversation that we had, literally brings that to the attention of this conversation and how it's relevant, because it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if somebody could put all these pieces together, you're going to be an extremely rich individual.
That's what we're working on.
I mean, I think this is a ploy. It's a ploy to get everybody all
Fired up.
shitty about. Oh my God, they're coming to take our jibs.
I watched one of the news reports, and they were interviewing the people that were talking about how the confirmation of the pyramid and things like that. And this guy gets on there, and he says, "Well, we definitely need to figure out what the intentions of these visitors are, whether they're foreign, domestic, or whether they're extraterrestrial. They need to tell us what they want, because you're putting people in a state of fear. And when that happens, that could be a bad thing. So we definitely need to figure out if they're going to be hostile, we need to prepare ourselves."
He was paid.
I'm telling you,
He was paid.
100%.
Like this whole thing. Ever since that show, I was like,
Hey,
man,
eventually the stuff that they're trying to scare us with
Yeah.
will stop scaring us, so they're going to need to make money off of something.
So when we used to do this,
How's that for a conspiracy? Anyways, go ahead, bud.
when we used to do this at a different studio,
Which one?
it doesn't matter. We did
Love you,
everything
Chris.
to make T cringe.
no,
We did.
No, I'm
did.
not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going
I've
to do it.
gone
Okay, I'm not going to do it.
6 shows, 7 shows.
I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'm saying this for a specific reason. Okay, and did the same thing with Chris by using the word moist. It doesn't bother you anymore, does it?
It hasn't bothered me for years.
Right. Okay. You became what?
Desensitized.
Desensitized to it. So all of this stuff about UFOs being shoved in our face, I honestly think that the government's trying to desensitize us to it. That way, when a full-blown alien invasion or whatever it's going to be called, whatever it is, we're not going to care.
they're not. But it could also. I'm at a loss for words right now.
Did I break you, T? I'm sorry.
No, but it could also be used for people to buy more guns.
Here, I'm going to put it this
See,
way.
I don't
Like,
think so. I don't
why
think that's
can I
it.
not
I can
really
prove to
don't
you-
think that's it because
I can
It's
prove to you that
just
the
so many
government.
things.
I can prove to you that the government manufactures crisis. I can prove it to you.
I-
This is a
but
matter
I-
of record. This
I
is a
already
conspiracy.
I know. Like, how could anyone not know that? I just
Because
don't know how
because people
anyone
are
cannot
blind, and
believe
I'm
that. Mm-hmm.
sorry. I don't mean to offend anybody out there, but there are people out there that will willfully believe anything put in front of them, as long as it comes from an authoritarian figure.
Social
And that's a psychological phenomenon
see, I don't think
that causes you to do that. So
I don't think you saying that people are blind is really offensive. I think
it is, because then they'll come back with, "Oh, what, you're so smart because you talk about conspiracy theories," and then they'll try to use that as justification for why we're not intelligent.
Yeah, because
However, here, I'm going to throw this out there. You guys can look all this up for yourselves. But in 1990, shortly before the Gulf War, where was the Gulf War? What was it, 92?
yes, that's about right.
Whatever date it was, right before the Gulf War, there was a Kuwaiti woman who came to speak to the United States Congress as a justification for war, and she gave an accounting of how it is Iraqi soldiers were coming in to their hospitals and their medical facilities, and they were gunning down doctors, and they were taking babies. And I kid you, this is a testimony she gave under oath that the Iraqi soldiers were pulling babies from their cribs, and I'm not going to describe what happened next, but use your imaginations. It was an atrocity, and I will leave it at that. And she described in detail these atrocities. Now,
when did you say, Chris? Sorry.
It was roughly 1990-91, right before the Gulf War. It was a congressional justification to declare war on Iraq. Now, that was what we used as a justification to demonize Iraqi soldiers because they were committing genocidal acts. They were literally waging genocide on the Kuwaiti people, which is a war crime. Under Geneva, it's a war crime under the UN. The UN even used the testimony to condemn Iraq for what it did, to put the sanctions in place that still, to this day, had existed. Now, the crazy thing about that was that woman wasn't even there. She had never, ever even been to a single one of those facilities. She claimed to be a nurse. She was not. She was an actress. And it come to find out she was paid a lot of money for what she said to Congress in order to rile them up to go to war. And they played that video over and over again on your news networks. George Bush Sr., George H.W., talked about the terrible things that the Iraqi people were doing over and over again, and he cited that particular testimony as the reason we needed to go to Iraq. Do I think that he manufactured it? No, I don't. I actually don't. I don't think he had anything to do with it. I don't think people in Congress really had anything to do with it. But if you think for a single moment that your government isn't susceptible to being lied to, used, and manipulated for someone else's end, you are dead wrong. And that was almost 30 years ago at this point. You think they haven't gotten more sophisticated?
So
as we evolve, crime evolves with it.
So apparently the Gulf War lasted a month.
Yeah, it actually didn't last very long.
It was January 17th, 1991 to February 28th, 1991.
Yeah, the very first one was a lot of bombs, a lot of whatever, and then
Then there was Operation Desert Storm, right?
Yes,
that
is correct.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Desert Storm, Gulf War was literally us bombing the holy hell out of them, and then it was Operation Desert Storm, in which we went into and then tried to occupy Iraq, and we were basically freeing the Kuwaitis. We were securing their oil fields. A lot of people got rich from that war. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Right, but we didn't see a single drop of the oil.
No. Of course not.
No, because we couldn't because we get all of our oil from Canada or.
Yep, our trade deals prohibited us from being able to.
So that's my argument when people are like, "Oh, we're just there for oil," and I was like, "Well, technically we didn't get any of it, so."
No.
Somebody else got all the oil.
Yeah,
we were there for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, somebody else got all the oil, and now they have
people. That's why I said there were people. I didn't say the U.S. got rich. I said there were people who got rich.
They have a solid silver Audi that probably doesn't even actually work.
Audi 5000. So yeah, your government will absolutely, at minimum, even if it's not on purpose, you'll be lied to.
Yeah,
and you can't believe what you're told from your news outlets because they're just as big a problem as the rest of them, and it's all sensationalism, and that's what it boils down to. So even these UFOs that T and I discuss, do we know that they're real? Are we convinced that they're real? I mean, hell, before HARP, before any of those projects existed, we had Roswell, right? And Roswell was universally ascribed to be the strongest evidence that extraterrestrial life existed. And what did they do? They instantly covered it up. Back in the 50s, they covered this stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
And now all of a sudden, we're supposed to believe that it's all okay and that they're just going to release this information to us.
Oh, yeah.
But you also,
Area 51 doesn't exist.
Because President Cheeto told them to?
That was the best televised proof. But then you go and then you have the the Nazca lines, and you've got, you know, the cave paintings. You've got the Bible for crying out loud. You have all
absolutely.
these things.
Oh yeah,
These
you've got hieroglyphics
things,
that literally show it. There's
Yeah.
a hieroglyphic that's a plane.
Yeah.
It's a plane.
A plane,
You
a
look at it, it's got
helicopter.
wings.
No, it's a helicopter. It's a helicopter.
It's a helicopter.
Helicopter. I'm sorry, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But all of those, like,
that's
how
insane.
in the world,
Yeah.
they had batteries, they had computers.
They did.
They how? Like, I mean,
but
come
they
on,
didn't
you guys.
have a written form of communication.
Yeah. Like,
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
you guys.
No, here's
come
I'm going to tell
on.
you straight up. All right, it was all the Irish. Then they discovered drinking. It used to be a very, very advanced civilization.
We believe that. I believe that completely, because the way my body metabolizes alcohol, that can only be the result of extraterrestrial experimentation.
No, so can I expound on something that you said, Chris?
It depends on what it is.
It was about
Please extrapolate.
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 It was about the news outlets
the button.
lying to you.
Oh sure. Yeah.
well,
it depends
I-
on what direction you want to head. But yeah,
Oh
go ahead.
no! It's going to be really quick, and I mean, you can believe it whether you want to or not.
Jeff is single. Speaking of quick, go ahead.
What?
Isn't that the
Oh,
reason
no,
you're
I get it.
single?
I get it.
Okay. Maybe you're not as fast as I thought you were. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Extrapolate.
so whether or not you believe that the news outlets lie to you, and I don't really want to get into anything that starts with a P. You know what I mean?
No, I get it.
But during the last presidential debates, it doesn't matter what side you're on. One news outlet or another was lying to you.
Yeah, they pushed forth the agenda they wanted you to see.
Exactly.
No, that's
all
100%
I'm
correct.
saying.
Yes, every single news article you have ever seen is framed in a particular way. Every single one of them.
Yeah.
They are intentionally framed. Some of them are framed by reason. Some of them are framed by academia. Others are framed by bias. And that is just 100% the truth of it. And there has been a news outlet very recently, within the last week, that was caught on tape saying that's what they do.
Right.
And it was hysterical because most of us already knew, but there's proof now in front of you, and now I can pull that video up and people are like, oh, that's not what they do. And I'm like, oh, I guess it is.
Literally.
So, I mean,
Please.
and I don't know if I don't know if either of you Chris, I know you listen to rap every once in a while.
I listen to rap quite a bit, actually. I
Okay.
like rap.
T, do you?
I don't like newer stuff, but yeah.
I have fairly recently.
All right. So, like, again, this is much like the political thing. I don't care who likes who in rap or doesn't like whoever.
Don't even bother using their name. We don't promote others.
But there is a group that paints their faces that had a song called Terrible.
Yes.
And it literally says how much the media lies and pushes their own agendas.
If you say, there's another great point. If you don't believe that's the case, ICP and Juggalos are a terror group.
You
That's a true story.
you do?
Huh?
UCP?
Yes.
Where?
Everywhere. Everywhere. So, yeah, ICP is a terror group.
Yeah. Because
I worked at a prison.
because they spoke out about
Yep, I worked at a prison, and I want to illustrate some things because people just don't understand how the depths to which this system is rigged against certain people.
Oh yeah.
But wait,
There's more. Oh,
There's
sorry.
more.
please.
Chris, hit the button.
Extrapolate.
Thank you. Jesus.
I didn't.
Where are you?
That's not my button.
Oh, it's your button? Yay.
Button. Who's got
But
the
that
button?
makes it worse because you missed your own cue.
I know.
So I'm going to
It wasn't
extrapolate.
me. It wasn't.
So, anyways, two of the groups that were listed.
I'm not the
as
only one that's
gangs
slow.
that were listed as gangs in prison were juggalos as a gang, and by the strictest definition, I guess that's what they are.
Sure.
I find that
Broadest,
humorous.
rather, excuse me, by the broadest definition, I guess is what they are. And then D&D,
Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D groups, okay? Nerds, pay attention to me. You can't go to jail. You can't. You can't. Because you can't play D&D in prison.
Right.
They won't let you.
That's sad.
Well, it depends on the prison because I know that there are several that actually people that started playing in prison.
Well,
'Cause they had
you're,
nothing else.
you're also not supposed to play cards in prison, but they do that too.
Do
so.
you
Right, or to get tattoos.
Does anybody remember back when we were kids? They were warning us about Dungeons and Dragons because it was worshiping the devil.
That's right. And
I
how
do
rock and
remember
roll
that.
music would cause a rebellion in the late. Oh, wait a
Oh,
minute.
specifically, yeah.
Holy shit, they were right.
I still haven't had somebody come up to me off the streets and offer me drugs.
I know that is actually probably the most disappointing thing. Where are my lines of drug dealers? Anyways, don't do drugs, kids. Seriously, don't be that dumb.
Right.
Anyways, they say while they simultaneously promote pharmaceuticals that are far more addictive and dangerous. You know why? Because
Caffeine.
T. It's a conspiracy. I'm so glad. I was waiting for him to switch the camera. He did it like just in time. So, but yeah. So, UFO sightings. There are a lot of
Oh, we're
them.
still talking about that. Oh,
No,
sorry.
yeah, that's the whole
No,
topic.
no.
We
I
always
forgot.
evolve, and that's fine.
No. I forgot. I actually forgot. So.
That's fine. We circle back. That's what we're doing. We're like, we circle back like the Disky UFO. The Disky. I was almost start calling it the Disky.
The Disky?
So we're just going to circle back on that later.
That's.
We're just going to circle back on that.
Wait.
Circle back on the disc.
Circle back.
Isn't the Disky the Russian UFO that they discovered?
I think so.
Yeah,
but,
like back in 1402.
I just want to let you know, though, Jeff, I ain't no circle back girl.
But you are a hollaback girl.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
You could be a hollow back girl.
Oh yeah. Where's your son Paco?
That fits right into the show topic. So the UFOs, at the end of the day, I believe that there are in fact UFOs. I believe that they do exist. However, you can't believe every single sighting. And I'm even more skeptical when the government says, check out this UFO sighting.
Yeah, right. So
Well, I don't know if it was the government saying check it out as much as saying everybody's been on this, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, fine. Stop asking us. It's real.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Yes, you believe in UFOs. I can't sit here and say I believe in UFOs specifically because they are real. Period. The end. The reason I say that.
Okay, I got what you're saying.
The reason I say that is because UFO stands for unidentified flying object.
Right.
I can see something up in the sky and be
not
like, what
identify
the
it,
hell
and
is
it's
that?
UFO. Yes.
It's UFO to me. So I believe in the existence of extraterrestrials.
There you go. And that's where I'm at. I believe in the existence of extraterrestrials. UFOs are real. That's confirmed.
Yes.
UFOs are real.
Yeah. Because there wouldn't be a term for it if it wasn't.
Correct. If you could identify it, it's no longer a UFO.
Exactly.
Hey, wait a minute. Eventually, we'll get to the point where we there
There's
are no
such
UFOs
thing as a UFO. Yeah.
because they'll all be identified.
Right.
So,
Wow, that's kind of sobering to think about. When it's like, oh my god, eventually we'll have it all mapped.
And then
We won't
you have
see
like
it.
this one guy in the basement just realized like his whole life's work is futile.
But
He's like, one day I'm going to put myself out of a job.
that's going to be us. Anyway, no, we'll never see it in our lifetime because that would require the media outlet to actually, I don't know, give us the truth.
Yeah, like
And the whole truth. I'm not
I'm
talking
all
like
about
whatever.
I'm all about Team Burn It Down. I just think they.
I thought you were going to
I
say
just think
Team
they were
Rocket.
I think they were
from
heading in the wrong
Pokemon.
I mean,
direction.
the Earth's doing a great job of that right now. 52 volcanoes erupting. Just
Let's
saying.
go.
Anyway,
Tuesday.
so
52,
52.
one per
Tuesday?
week.
Actually, it might be more now.
Did you
'cause
say
I
on
know-
Tuesday?
One per week.
No, like period. Like
Oh,
they're
okay.
all erupting right now.
Like right now?
right now
Oh.
for like the last few weeks.
Yeah,
months,
it's
really.
been over a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I've been living under a rock.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's
if you'd
not
have
been a
living next to one
volcanic
of these
rock.
Yeah, I was say living next to one of these volcanoes. Eventually, that rock will get blown off.
There are a couple of
No.
documentaries.
I hate it here.
There are a couple of documentaries that I want you guys to watch, please. I mean, if this really is going to be our last mention of, I mean, it won't like.
No,
period.
we'll talk about
are you-
UFOs.
But I want you guys to watch the friendship case.
Are you talking about us or are you talking about the listeners?
I'm talking about you guys and the listeners because I know that you haven't seen it.
I got homework.
You have homework. We've had homework like every week.
Yeah, we do homework
So,
every week.
Hello.
Now, T sometimes does it, but a lot of times she'll do it and then forget her laptop,
That's
which is
right.
the equivalent of the dog ate my homework.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. I brought the wrong laptop today.
I'm sorry, guys. DOS ate my homework.
Windows 10.
Anyways,
Okay, so one of them is called the friendship case, and
Okay.
it was on.
Can you
it
give
was
us a
like
hint of what it's
Netflix
about, or are we
Prime. It's about.
I'm guessing it's not actually about friendship.
It is about friendship.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but with aliens.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's about a group of people who allegedly met these aliens. Like
Extraterrestrials?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted
I'm
to make
sorry,
sure.
POC. I'm politically
POC.
I said POC. Yeah. POC. I meant
PC.
PC. So anyway, yeah. So they meet them and they witness some incredible things, and like 50 years ago, 50, 60 years ago, and the people that are still alive today, but they ended up doing a documentary on it, and it's I've actually watched it a couple of times, and
It
then
appears to be on Prime and on Gaia.
and it's also on YouTube as well if you don't have any of those.
Okay.
And another one that I saw, I cannot let me think of the name.
You'll have to message me what the names of these are because I have already forgotten the friendship thingy.
I'm sorry.
it'll be in the show notes. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Where do I find those?
In the description of the show.
What show? What are we doing right now?
The drugs wore off, didn't they?
MK Ultra.
I kind of want to put that in the show notes too, just because someone's gonna look that up and be like, "Oh my god, our government's terrible." Yeah, they really are.
What was the other documentary you wanted?
It is the Stan Romanek. I think that's his name.
I love how we're all quiet
Hey,
while he Googles
so
this.
Chris,
That's what I'm
T,
looking for.
you guys want me to blow your minds?
Yes.
T, you want me to blow your mind?
Sure.
Okay, so the friendship documentary. What was it called again?
The Friendship Project.
The Friendship Project. Thank you. So it's about these people that met extraterrestrials, right? Well, guess
Right.
what? Those extraterrestrials also met extraterrestrials to them.
And they were there is mention of they were living here, and there was a base here underground that they could access with just
Underground.
this is what I have to deal with.
this
But
one?
how they got there,
sorry.
extraordinary. The Stan Romanek story. You're gonna watch it and you're gonna be like, what?
What's it called? The
But
Stan
they-
Romanek.
story?
Yes.
Extraordinary.
Yes,
Just
like-
extraordinary.
When I tell you
What's
the
that on?
ending, I was like,
Yeah, spell that. Okay, thank you. Romanek.
It's also available on Prime,
On Prime, okay.
which I can actually set up a watch party for you guys if you guys all wanted to watch it together. For
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool.
we could, okay, because that will warrant a reaction video. It's gonna a reaction. I
don't react. It's from the MK Ultra experiments.
I hate you.
My
I know.
goodness. So
You
watch
know how I know that?
watch the
MK
friendship
Ultra.
case first. Watch the friendship case first, and then watch the Stan Romanek.
All right.
Extraordinary, the Stan Romanek.
All right.
So, our government is dirty.
Oh yeah.
That-
I mean,
that-
between
that-
the
that's
HARP
all I have to say
project, we
about
didn't
that
even
one.
really talk about DARPA.
Yeah.
We
We have
briefly
it, yeah.
mentioned it, But between the Heart Project, DARPA, the dirty tsunami bomb that we talked about in the 1930s,
yeah, we did talk about that,
40s, you know what I mean? Like that's bad juju.
Well, I mean, it's also the same government that gave you the bat bombs.
So
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to throw something out there right now.
All right.
Herpes.
No, I'm not throwing that out there. Anyway, so you say our government is dirty. Name a government that's not.
I'm going to say all of them.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, like all of them.
We literally talked about that last week at the very end of the show.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yep. And are they dirty because we're dirty, or are we dirty because they are? At this point, it's like who fired the first shot of the Revolutionary War. It really doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, there's a handful of people that I would be very, very remiss if an extraterrestrial invasion happened tomorrow.
Yeah, I would be really upset if I found out you were a lizard person.
I'd be very upset if I found out I was a lizard person too.
Well, this time I hit the old dusty trail.
So,
hey, they opened up their third eye. Time for me to leave.
Chris.
Which Chris?
Topher.
Yeah.
When are you putting that heat lamp in here for me? I'm very cold.
Really, there's an entire red lamp, or like you can actually see the red light behind me, and then there's one over there in the corner. All right, hold on. We got to do this. And with that, we leave you.
Did you just stick out your tongue too?
She refused.
Nope.
Lick your own eyeball.
You laugh, but this was literally plugged in until like last week.
Well, it's also like 20 degrees outside.
Oh, so Topher is a lizard person.
Oh, yeah, we do that.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, it's time to hit the old dust.
Anyway, I'm going to finish my statement.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
I'd be very remiss over a few people, like I'd say several people, if an extraterrestrial invasion happened tomorrow.
Right.
However, I think with the way that we are being lied to on a fairly regular basis by media, government, whoever, we kind of deserve it.
I mean, at certain points,
not the lying, but the invasion.
I understand. I get where you're coming from, buddy. All right.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll be a lizard man slave. I don't give a shit.
Are they hot?
Will you feed me?
No. Okay.
Will you feed me and share your technology with me?
I mean, dude, I'll eat a white rat.
I mean, I think we're starting to slip into territory that has nothing to do with our show topic. So
the show V. Does anybody not remember?
No.
Nobody remembers that?
I remember the show V. And then they
the
brought it
original.
back. And then
it was stupid.
The original, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they brought the...
And they brought it back, and it was stupid.
yeah.
I mean, clearly, because it only ran for one season.
Every time there is
the original V only ran
a
for
television
2.
show about UFOs, it always gets cancelled. But yet, all these vampire things can stay around forever. And it's so overplayed. Like
vampire things, like they've gone away a long time ago.
There is one show about UFOs that has yet to be canceled. The one with the guy with the crazy hair. Aliens.
Yeah, that's on their 37 season.
No, I mean like a TV.
Yeah,
no.
Show. I know. Like Roswell or
stop it, because Roswell. That is my. Y'all don't even know.
Well, there's Doctor Who. It's got UFOs, and it's still going.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
That's BBC.
Yeah.
Nobody, not a single person, wanted Heroes to come back, and they still managed to do it. And it still sucked.
And meanwhile, millions of people want Firefly to come back.
And nobody's even touching that.
Yeah.
Although Joss Whedon's pretty much blacklisted at this point. So
yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I watched an episode of a new show that he's got on HBO last night called The Nevers. Have you heard of it? I'd never heard of it until last night, and I watched the first episode. And it is... It's got a little bit of everything in there. People have powers. I'm fascinated.
Joss is a great director. I have to say that because of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, Firefly.
Yes, but what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
But
Clint Eastwood's a great director, too,
A
but-
lot of
He's also like 100.
Excuse me.
a lot of actors and actresses have been coming out against him recently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like that's a whole GPR episode right there. If we want to talk about shamed directors, we can do that on the
Hey,
media
leave me
side
out of
things.
this out of this.
All right, so
I'd still
all
look
right,
for you,
I
Chris.
think we're probably about the point in time where we can wrap up. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out, checking out the show, watching us live, joining us on the Discord page. I didn't even get a chance to plug or promote that. We just dove right in, which I'm super cool with. I like that. We got right to the show topic. That's awesome. So if you guys have stuck around this long, hopefully you'd be willing to go just a smidge further. Join our membership page on the geekpublicradio.com. And from there, you will be able to access the archives that give you the previous shows that we have. You'll be able to check out movies that we've been able to bring about. And you just turned my camera sideways. Good job. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Anyways, you'll be able to check out. Those of you that are watching can already see that we've got the ribbon at the very top of the page. It has several movies that Geek Public Radio has produced, other ones that are old school horror flicks and thrillers, mystery, sci-fi, things like that you guys can take a look at. So make sure you check those out. And then again, join our Discord page. You should see a little ribbon or a little pop-up on the side. View and live video where you can actually join our Discord page. You'll get the invite from there. You'll ask to join. We'll tell you yes or no. Members get in. Others do not. So that's just kind of the way we roll. If you do like what you see and you want to hear more content, make sure you drop us on our YouTube, like and subscribe to the Geek Public Radio channel. That way, click the little alert bell. You get all of the notifications, so that way when we go live or when we post a new video, you'll be the first ones to see it. Also, if you have a show idea or topic or suggestion for the show, down in the comments section below, we respond as quickly as we can to those comments. So drop us a comment and let us know what you guys think. But yeah, thank you so much for coming out and joining us here on geekpublicradio.com live in the beautiful and historic Union Building in downtown Anderson. I have been Crazy Chris.
Me too. I'm Jeff, the producer.
And I'm Tenacious Tea.
And Topher, who's not saying anything but is literally just waiting to end the show. You guys have been a fantastic audience. Thank you so much. We'll see you a couple weeks from now. Peace.
Bye.
Thank you.